For years, the story in AI has always been bigger is better. We've seen these giant language models do some truly incredible things. But what if the real revolution isn't happening in some massive data center, but right there in your pocket? Today, we're diving into the rise of small AI, a new kind of intelligence that's changing the game. Let's get into it.
All right, here's our game plan. We'll start with the giants, the large models, and uncover the hidden price of their power. Then we'll meet their smaller, super efficient cousins, the small language models. We'll pit them head to head, see how they're already part of our lives, and figure out what a truly balanced AI future is going to look like.
So, for the past few years, let's be honest, the AI landscape has been completely run by what we call large language models, or LLMs. These are the absolute powerhouses that have captured everyone's imagination.
And you definitely know the names behind them. I mean, tech titans like OpenAI, Google, and Meta have basically been in an arms race to build the biggest, most powerful models out there, giving us incredible tools like GPT-4, Gemini, and Llama. The secret sauce? They're trained on just unimaginable amounts of data, which gives them some truly mind-blowing abilities.
Yeah, they've become masters at just about any complex language task you can throw at them. You need an email drafted? Done. A dense, boring research paper summarized? No problem. They can generate marketing copy out of thin air and even help developers write and debug code. It's this sheer versatility that's made them explode in popularity.
But, and this is a big but, all of this incredible power has a hidden cost. And it's not just about dollars and cents. It really forces us to ask a critical question about where AI is heading.
You see, that whole bigger is better philosophy? Well, it turns out it has some pretty serious downsides. These massive, city-sized models come with some major baggage that's getting harder and harder to ignore.
And you don't just have to take my word for it. Researchers are ringing the alarm bells. One recent paper put it really bluntly, pointing to prohibitively high operational expenses and substantial environmental challenges. In plain English, these things are ridiculously expensive and pretty tough on the planet.
So let's just break that down real quick. First, the computational cost. To run a model with billions or even trillions of parameters, you need gigantic, super powerful, and eye-wateringly expensive hardware. Second, all that hardware sucks down an incredible amount of energy. And third, well, all that energy use leads to some pretty significant CO2 emissions, giving these models a surprisingly large carbon footprint.
But in response to all these challenges, a whole new class of AI is stepping into the spotlight. So, let's meet the elegant and way more efficient solution, small language models, or SLMs.
So what in the world is an SLM? Well, think of them as compact, specialized models. They're just a fraction of the size of their LLM cousins. We're talking millions, maybe a few billion parameters, not trillions. And their goal isn't to know everything about everything. It's to be incredibly fast and efficient at very specific jobs.
So how do you actually shrink an AI's brain without making it dumb? Well, engineers use some really clever tricks. First up is something called knowledge distillation. It's kind of like having an expert professor teach a student only the most essential, must-know information. Then there's pruning. Picture it like carefully trimming a bonsai tree. You snip away all the unnecessary connections to make the model lean and focused. And finally, quantization. This is like taking a massive high-res photo and saving it as a compressed JPEG. You lose a tiny bit of detail you'd never notice anyway, but the file size gets dramatically smaller.
And this really brings us to the heart of the matter. This isn't really a fight to see which one is better. It's about understanding the trade-offs. It's about choosing the right tool for the right job.
Here's probably the best way to think about it. An LLM is like a massive university library. It contains pretty much all of human knowledge, right? But it's gigantic, it's expensive to maintain, and it can take a while to find the exact piece of information you need. An SLM, on the other hand, it's like a specialized pocket dictionary. It's instant, it fits in your hand, and it's perfectly designed to do one thing really, really well. Let's look at this side by side. The size difference is just staggering. Billions of parameters versus millions. And that directly translates to cost. LLMs need that powerful cloud-based hardware, while SLMs can happily run on minimal resources. And this last part is key, deployment. LLMs live in the cloud. SLMs can live right on your phone or your smart speaker. And that opens up a whole new world of possibilities, from broad research for LLMs to real-time, on-the-spot help from SLMs.
So it all boils down to a classic trade-off. With LLMs, you get that super high accuracy and a vast ocean of knowledge, but you pay for it in cost and sometimes slower response times. With SLMs, you get incredible speed, efficiency, and low cost, but their knowledge is more focused and they might not be the best choice for super complex reasoning tasks.
Now, this isn't just some theory for the future. SLMs are already here. They're in our pockets, and they are fundamentally changing how we interact with technology every single day.
Okay, check this out. This is a real application. It's a model called SLM running on a regular Samsung phone. It is analyzing a document, summarizing it, and answering questions about it, all without needing an internet connection. This is a total game changer for privacy. Your data never has to leave your device, and for accessibility, because it works anywhere, anytime.
And it's not just for documents. Think about that magical moment when you're traveling, and you point your phone's camera at a menu, and it translates in real time. That's a powerful LLM at work. Or the virtual assistant on your phone that responds instantly. These little models are quietly powering everything from coding tools to smart home devices, making AI a seamless, practical part of our lives.
So where does this all leave us? What does this mean for the future of AI? Well, it's not about SLMs coming to replace LLMs. It's about finding the right balance.
The future is a hybrid ecosystem. It's a world where we'll use those massive cloud-based LLMs for the heavy-duty research and complex problem-solving. And at the same time, we'll use these lightning-fast, efficient, and private SLMs for all the real-time, on-the-go tasks that make our lives easier. It's about using the right AI for the right task.
So, if you remember anything from all this, remember these three things. 1. Small language models make AI way more efficient, private, and accessible. 2. They are perfect for the apps we use every day on our own devices. And 3. The future isn't a battle. It's a partnership between big and small models, each playing to their unique strengths.
And this really leaves us with one final exciting question. As this incredibly powerful technology gets smaller, faster, and more personal, literally running in the palm of your hand, how are you going to use it to change the way you work, learn, and live?